Living as we do, Mr. Speaker, in the United Kingdom, we are fortunate to be allowed what in some countries we regard as the luxury of the right to free speech. We can criticise the government, we can criticise politicians, and we can expect the law to represent us all without fear or favour. And I do believe that Mr Ulster has got it right when he has proposed the amendment that he deplores the lack of action by the investigative and prosecuting authorities in respect of the criminal offence of incitement to hatred, because we are entitled to protection under the law. With that right to free speech, we must also accept that there is a limit to what we can say publicly, because in our society we cannot decide to launch attacks on somebody simply because of their political affiliation, their religion, their race, their nationality or their gender. We have a duty as politicians to criticise those who launch offensive statements in public, because nobody is above the law. If I, as someone who can trace my Irish roots back many generations through my mother's family, have no problem in calling myself Irish, I was born in Omagh and I am as Irish as anyone in this island. But I am a British citizen, the proud son of a Welshman, an ex-serviceman who fought for this country during the Second World War, and the grandson of a Ballybay-born British soldier who served from 1905 until 1926. There are many alive today because of the fine work of British soldiers who served here throughout the Troubles, and because of the bravery of soldiers stationed here who have responded to emergency calls when suspect devices have been abandoned by dissidents and bombs have been brought into towns and cities by these cowards. My preamble, Mr. Speaker, is important because of the odious remarks made by an odious man who sings with an Irish Republican group known as the Druids. I hadn't heard of this group before the Fleadh, but I know of them now. The words uttered by the lead singer, that there are still over 5,000 British soldiers parading around the streets of Ireland. It's about time they took down their little Union Jacks. It's about time they got all their orange comrades together, and it's about time they loaded up the bus, and it's about time they all returned back to England where they came from. Now, they didn't use the word return, they used another word which I don't intend to use it because you might regard it as unparliamentary. Mr. Speaker, I am an Orangeman. I am a British citizen, and as I have said, I have the right to live peacefully in Northern Ireland, a state recognised in international law. The comments made by this lead singer were racist, they were sectarian, and they were offensive. And the person that uttered them and his colleagues certainly did not benefit from one black penny of public money. Now, some have said the people of Ardoyne did not support these comments. The roars and the cheers and the yahoos that went up following those statements are an indication of what the people who were there thought. Had those comments been responded to by stony silence, you could say the people of Ardoyne did not support the comments. They were not met by stony silence. They were met by cheers and roars of approval. Sectarianism, racism, sexism are all wrong. But these people shamed the Fleadh and the Fleadh organisers. My understanding of the Irish language is virtually non-existent, but I understand that Fleadh means festival. It is very much part of the Irish culture, and generally they are warmly received in the community. But the Druids brought shame on themselves and on the Ardoyne by this vitriolic outburst. I am not from England, Mr. Speaker. I am from Tyrone. And no Republican has the right to suggest that I leave my birthplace because I choose my British citizenship. And again, it must be remembered that these 5,000 soldiers referred to are here because we are part of the United Kingdom. We are part of the United Kingdom accepted by everybody in this chamber. So we have the right to have British soldiers stationed in this part of the United Kingdom. And as I said earlier, these soldiers have provided a service. These soldiers have been present. They have defused bombs in Republican areas left by dissident Republicans. Who would do that if the British soldiers all went home and took their Union flags with them? Finally, can I say today how disappointed I am that some have decided to sign a petition of concern. And we've had very many debates in this place about petitions of concern. I am concerned that by signing a petition of concern, this Assembly can be seen as supporting the caustic remarks of this band. They were wrong. There is no justification in blocking this House making a reasonable conclusion, and there should be a penalty for them as lessons to others to ensure that any act they book must comply with common decency. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Allocation.